My feud with Instagram's auto caption feature might come to an end. I'm just going to put the best out there. I wanted to talk about the eclipses and what it feels like to be between the eclipses, because it feels like being in a black hole, as if we could know what that feels like. It feels like being in like an in-between kind of space of, we see all of these things that we want to change. We see our complicity in these systems. We just see a lot of stuff, and we have to move through the feelings and do the like somatic piece of that, of like, okay, feel the grief, feel the like, oh, this just dawned on me, this is difficult. Oh, well, we're gonna feel it, we're gonna move it, we're gonna take action on it when it's appropriate and when we're not like activated in a way that is unhealthy. Because I think you can be activated, maybe you can't, I'm not a somatic practitioner, but I think as an Aries placement person and a Cancer sun, that you can be like riled up into positive change. It's best to like think on it, use the qualities of the South Node in Libra that are useful, of like, okay, let's check in, let's see this, let's try to take in all the perspectives, filter through what's propaganda, filter through what's, like the shoulds. Let's check in with all of the systems, all of the isms, and then see where we are at in that system. And then let's go to the Aries North Node and be like, okay, this is what I can act on. This is what I'm in control of, which is me and my actions and my values, and let's act in accordance to our values. So like South Node in Libra, ruled by Venus, North Node in Aries, ruled by Mars. These times, the next 18 months starting in July this year, are about acting according to our values. Not doing that either looks like saying one thing and doing the other, which I'm definitely guilty of, or it looks like, what is it? Or it looks like not checking in with your values at all and just like, being really, really aggro, really not thinking anything through, really like Aries macho in a way that's harmful, when like we need the balance. We're supposed to be the like peaceful warrior, which like, I think there's maybe a better way to say that. Maybe it doesn't make other people like feel weird, but to me, I'm like, well, how about just like, how about not peaceful? How about like grounded? How about a grounded warrior? How about a reasonable one? How about a well-resourced one? I hope that makes sense. Really, and I wandered for 3 minutes. Really, the point of this was for me to say that if you feel funky mid-eclipse between the two, there's one on the 7th, and then the second one, the 14th, and then the 28th of October. So between them, if your brain feels like it's foggy, things are moving slow, that's on purpose. It's taking the Aries North Node approach of like, be in your body, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Trust your instincts, feel it, feel it, feel it. Be in the like animal side of us and get out of your fucking head, because it's in our heads that we do this mental gymnastics of like, oh, like all these like whataboutisms. And look, I'm not a social equity educator. I am very much learning myself, but I think the Libra South Node that we're all under right now can really get caught up in, and it's like my fucking ascendant. Libra's my ascendant, I know this, but we can really get caught up in the like, well, what will this look like? Well, what if this person thinks of me if I say this, or like actually align with my values, what will happen? And I think, white women and femmes ran out of storage space. I think white women and femmes are particularly guilty of this because of white supremacy, of wanting to I don't know, have all of the perks of like power gained through disgusting means without any of the responsibility. It's like the double, like, let's point at white men while also being complicit, while also being victims. Like, it's, I know there's like some truth in it, like whatever, but also over identifying with that and not doing any of the Aries North Node, like, let's look at how we're complicit kind of things. And there's lots of like women and femmes of color who are educators and do really incredible explanations of what I'm talking about. This is like my recycled version of that, or repurposed and packaged in astrology, because that's the system I like to be within. So maybe it's about being an informed warrior, an embodied and thoughtful warrior. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's what the Libra Aries axis is all about. But my point is that if you feel dumb, it took us on a ride. If you feel dumb right now, it's because we're supposed to be in our bodies feeling this, and not in our mental gymnastics. How does it look? How does it appear to others? What would this mean? More in, is this aligned? Are my actions aligned with my values? Yes or no? How does that look? How am I doing with that? How could I do better? And like always be striving, because with Libra and Aries, we're talking about cardinal. Like, it's never going to be done. We're going to keep doing this forever. As we learn more, we change, we do better. The cycle continues. And I think it's our responsibility with cardinal signs to plant those seeds in others of being like, hey, I'm not an expert, but I just learned this thing, and I liked the way this person explained it to me. Here's this person, this educator, this resource that I found really helpful. Here you go. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's like take, my brain said it as, let's take like white discourse among like white people off of the internet spaces and have them amongst each other a little bit more. And like, let's reduce the harm of like when people are activated that are like screaming online, specifically white people. And there's my eclipse message. It's okay if you feel dumb. Be in your body. Do it imperfectly. It's okay. Leave the Libra low vibe performance bullshit behind, because it's hiding you from yourself, hiding you from the truth of what's going on. And 3, you're doing mental gymnastics instead of aligned action, and that's an issue for me.